Well, I was between girlfriends per se. I just come back from a yachting trip up to Queensland, and my mate and I went to this dance. And then in front of me was this little blonde girl in a black velvet dress. And I said to Kevin, my mate, that little girl there, that's the sort of girl I could marry. He says, well, ask her for a dance. And here we are.
I obviously accepted. I don't remember much about that. But he said, would it be presumptuous if I asked to take you home? And I said, yes, it would be presumptuous, but you may. And he drove me home. I had only known him 2 weeks when he first proposed. And I said, sorry, mate, I don't know you well enough. And he was a very handsome young man. And probably that might have put me off a bit, because quite often the better looking men were not the best ones to get involved with.
Oh, I had a hard time, didn't I?
I said, I want a good proposal of marriage. So he took me out to a very fancy little restaurant at the Quay, and that's when I accepted him. That
was at the Swiss Inn, the Swiss Chalet.
Swiss Chalet it was,
yeah.
Yes. We were married on the 21st of April, 1956, and we have been married for 67 years.
When we got married, I was 26. I'd been a bachelor up to that time.
And I was 23. I lived in a country town, and I think the majority of people married late teens, early 20s. Yes, I probably was a bit older, but I was particularly fussy. And I waited for the best.
I agree with that, I'm the best.
We wanted children so much because when we married, you only married to have children. That was what it was all about. And it was 5 years and 4 months before I had Glenn, and it was 5 years and 4 months before I had our daughter. So it took a long time. When we got married, it was the correct procedure, whereas today, I hate to say this, but I think sex comes into it before marriage. They think, well, sex is what we're after. We won't worry about children. When we got married, there was no contraceptives. They came a lot later, you know. So it was just a different world.
Yeah. And the values today are so different.
Yes. The two main things in a partnership are tolerance and a sense of humour. And if you haven't got them, just don't bother getting married, because it won't work.
Shared interest, doing things together is very important. Go shopping together. You go on holidays together. You sing the same songs together. You know, it's togetherness, and that is a big part.
I think Laurie's the best thing since sliced bread. So, you know,
it's compatibility.
Yes, you've got to be.
You've got to be.
Oh, you've got to be tolerant, love.
You've got to be compatible.
We've just always gone on because I'm the boss. But he thinks he's the boss, and that's the way to go. We're both the boss.
What happens every time Laurie walks past you?
He pats me on the backside, and I always say, get out of that. And if I say, stop it, he said, wrong words. Yeah. You've got to say the right words. Now try it again.
And I say, you're no fun when I get rebuked.
and then he says, you're no fun. And I said, I know that. Naughty.